Alright, I know I said my reviews and riffs were kind of a one and done deal, but I feel like I owe it to Kid Cosmic to help its popularity and to give it more exposure. There are a few other videos talking about this show as a whole, but nothing has really been in depth. Unlike Wander, Kid Cosmic was able to go through its entire run, albeit a very short one with only 24 episodes. I don't want this show to just come and go, fading into the vast sea of obscurity like so many Netflix shows do. I definitely don't want it to be remembered as that show that was there because Wander got canceled, so I watched it to fulfill that itch, and now I want my canceled cartoon back. Like, they're both Craig McCracken sci-fi shows that came out one after another, but imagine people seeing your show as a second fiddle to one that got canceled because the network didn't give a single solitary fuck about it. Like, let Kid Cosmic stand on its own merits. These videos fall under fair use, as I am not showing the full episodes, I'm not claiming them as my own, and I'm not making money off of them. Also, these videos contain adult language and will contain spoilers as well. Kid Cosmic is a Netflix exclusive cartoon created by Craig McCracken about a boy who has a desire to be a superhero like the ones in his comics. And one day, he gets to fulfill that desire when he discovers magical stones that give the wearer superpowers. However, he quickly discovers being a superhero isn't as straightforward as his comics make it seem, especially since there are villains across the galaxy who want the stones for themselves. Unlike Craig's previous shows, Kid Cosmic is 100% story-driven, where each episode is full-length and continues from where the last one left off. Another notable aspect about Kid Cosmic is the art style. It goes for a very old-school comic book-like appearance with subtle backgrounds, thick uneven character outlines, and choppy animation to simulate panel sequences. The main cast of Kid Cosmic consists of a team of 5: Kid, Joe, Rosa, Papa G, and Tuna. Kid is the main character and the wielder of the Stone of Flight. He's obsessed with superheroes and his dream is to one day become one, but he finds himself getting discouraged when it's not as easy as it looks. Due to being a rambunctious child, he is often underestimated by friends and foes alike, but he can be very perceptive and clever when the time calls for it. Joe is an employee at the local coffee shop and the wielder of the Stone of Portals. Unlike Kid, she finds being a superhero a huge hassle and it causes her a great deal of stress. However, she soon discovers that she is a natural-born leader and she's very crafty when it comes to using her portals. Rosa is a little girl and wielder of the Stone of Growth. Like Kid, she is also hyperactive and loves being a superhero, but while Kid takes a more, heroic approach to being a hero, Rosa would rather kick ass and take names. Of course, being a small child, she is prone to escalating situations quickly and having tantrums. Papa G is Kid's grandpa and wielder of the Stone of Duplication. He's a pacifist who would rather turn his opponents good than harm them, and he is able to use his wit and creative use of his powers to turn the tides on his opponents if need be. With that in mind, plus his orange poncho and green hat, he's basically the Kid Cosmic version of Wander. Really the only difference between them is Papa G doesn't act like an oblivious idiot. Tuna is a cat and wielder of the Stone of Precognition. Initially, he is just kinda there since he's a cat and all, but once he acquires a translator, it turns out he's extremely intelligent and is usually the one to give exposition on events and strategies. Episode 1 is Kid Cosmic and the Rings of Power. In this episode, Kid discovers 5 alien stones that give the wielder a specific superpower and wants to be a hero, but when an alien shows up to steal them, Kid finds out being a hero isn't like it is in his comics. This is a great episode, and as I said with the greatest in WOY, it does what the first episode of a show is set out to do. Establish the characters and overall storyline and tone of the show. This episode does just that, for the most part. Storyline and tone? Check. Characters? Well, while all 5 mains are present in this episode, Joe is the only one besides Kid that gets focus. That's okay though, because 5 is a lot of characters to shove into an episode when you gotta also plant the seeds for your big storyline and themes. Wow, that's definitely a good hook to start your show with. You know, with how many ships there are, you'd think there would be a lot more laser fire than that. This mailman looks like one of Jumba's experiments. Is this primary function to engage in dogfights to distract enemy ships? Okay, this alien actually sounds like Stitch. You guys waited until now to do that? Hey, now you're thinking with portals, mailman. Okay, so this show seems to take place somewhere around the West Coast.
Yes! Finally!
How the hell did Kid find those so quickly? They may be colorful, but they're tiny and in the middle of the desert. We've got one of those boilers from Fico Depot converted into a bot, Jelly Diver Gotchaborg on a roller coaster, Not So Chibi Robo, Watermelon Spaceship, Invader from Another Dimension, Man Ray Cross with a Schmartian, Boba Fett, and Mooncake with a human body. Yo, is that an Atari? Cool Gorillas reference, bro. Rex Rocket? Is that a comic about Generator Rex teaming up with Rocket Robot on wheels? So Kid just lives in this trailer full of nostalgic nonsense? Like, that's not even a bed he's sleeping on, it's a table. This is not adequate living conditions for a child. Had to do a double take upon seeing this shot, because I thought that hot glue gun was an actual gun.
Hello, Destiny!
Oh, neat, he has the same gung-ho attitude about being part of a big quest that Coden does. Is this some sort of quest? Am I getting a crest and a quest? Is this seriously the start of something big for me? Aw, look at those dot eyes. He looks like a Peanuts character. That's just Ralphie's first draft of Ralphie Bot.
It's not bowing. Do you blame it? I wouldn't either.
Kid Cosmic Opinions that'll get you like this, am I right, folks?
Yeah! Yeah!
Hey, finish the job! You've still got 2 other bots to defeat. Wow, nice place. Really kind of clashes with the whole shabby one-horse town Death Valley atmosphere of the show's setting, though.
Not in the road. Stay safe, citizen!
We find out later why Kid is really serious about road safety. You know, in France, they use la unironically like in a Rage comic. Hey, it's the Savage Coliseum from Dreamscape. Pretty cherry blossom trees. I like catching those petals in New Horizons and then turning a profit with them by making them into picnic sets. Yeah, Egypt is not all barren and deserty like that. It's actually really urban. That palm tree is defying the laws of physics. The sky in New York is not that pristine. The Hollywood sign kind of scared me when I was a kid, because in Pilot Wings for the Nintendo 64, the sign was just two-dimensional and I was really scared of 2D objects in video games. Is there anything cool in Boise to warrant it as a tourist destination? Okay, so smartphones exist in Kid Cosmic, so it's gotta take place in modern times, right? It doesn't take place in like the 60s?
Who wants to go tear it up in Boise?
My question exactly. What is there to do in Boise?
They're patrons of Moe's Oasis Cafe!
Are those gacha machines? Yeah, before you youngsters got yourself in credit card debt rolling for waifus in Genshin Impact, these capsule containers were the OG gachas. It's also where the absolute gem of a GameCube game, Gacha Force, was based on. So never let it be said that the concept of gachas only led to predatory BS.
Oh no! Oh yes!
Joe nipping the Kool-Aid Man's cameo in the bud here.
Bestowed me with 5 cosmic rings of power!
Yeah, maybe don't blab that right in the face of the season's villain, kid.
You're the invader! Hey!
You know, you probably could have just grabbed Kid right there instead of diving at him.
Your super rings just look like rocks glued to hex nuts.
Still more convincing than the Ring of Invincibility being literally a ring pop.
Yes, exactly!
Tuna eating that was the smoothest animation in the show so far, lol.
And I'll discover their powers.
Like their power to make the hex nuts disappear?
Yes!
I don't think you're supposed to hold children like that.
6 hamburgers with cheese, not cheeseburgers. 5 cheeseburgers, and the trout almondine.
Just have that delinquent bunny kid from Wander Over Yonder make that order. Kid is so cute for real. What was that head motion all about? And why was it so smooth?
People of Earth found some power in some space, don't know how they work, gonna try and activate them so I can protect Earth from evil space alien things from space.
Ah, if only those rings were given to you through a crest, then you would have known what phrase to use to activate them. After I barely made it through the ultimate test and got my crest, I suddenly know all these moves, I guess you could call them.
Maybe it's out of juice.
Kid just killed himself playing with a car battery.
Sometimes things make me mad, and I just gotta remember, like Papa G says, freaking out, breathe it out. Freaking out, breathe it out.
I love it. That's such a good stress management mantra.
This what makes you fly! Woo-hoo!
That reaction was so golden.
There's 5 of them, from a crashed spaceship. I don't know yet. I feel like I explained all this earlier.
He rotates like I made my character models rotate during the Adobe Illustrator era.
But it's going to sound insane. We are simply brainstorming.
But I kind of sort of thought you were just being weird, like, always.
Why is this shot so off-center for? It's set up like Kid was meant to come into the frame from the right, but it never happens.
Kid, you help me just to help me?
Never hurts to help.
Is this your home?
No, my headquarters.
Okay, good. That addresses my concern from earlier. He doesn't actually sleep on a board.
Though I often sleep and eat here, so yes.
Oh, well shit. Also, blink and you'll miss it moment of Kid's parents getting killed in an auto accident. I have no idea what the hell that article says though, because it's like half really low quality words and half Lauren Ipsum.
That's probably really, really dangerous in the wrong hands.
Yeah, Kid's self-awareness isn't the greatest here.
You gotta want it, but not want it.
We're still talking about superpowers here, right, Kid? Acrophobia POV.
Cool! Teleportation portal!
That's what all portals are, Kid. Are there any examples of portals that don't bring things from one place to another?
Kid, what's going on out here? Everything cool?
Yeah, just using my superpowers to help Joe get her head back on and stuff.
Okie doke.
I like how this joke seems to set up Papa G as one of those oblivious gag characters. Okay, now she's doing the dicking around with your gun thing that everyone does when they first play Portal.
What galactic threats are gonna attack this place?
Wow, blindsided and one-shotted. Don't be a hero, kids. Literally. Why does that look like a laser gun version of the core from Amphibia? Yeah, I'm happy I sat on doing these reviews and riffs long enough that I can make Amphibia references now. Ah, I see this guy took the same marksman classes as stormtroopers and watchdogs. Can't even shoot literal children. I see why he had to resort to blindsiding them.
Heroes don't hide?
They do if they're tied. Puddle! Tied? This better not be a coward's puddle.
He didn't do it right. He's supposed to declare his name, planet of origin, and evil intentions before opening fire.
Oh, come on. They don't even do that in Wander Over Freaking Yonder. And that show loves doing that cheesy sci-fi stuff.
This isn't the comics, kid. This is real life and we're about to die!
Yes, one of my favorite moments in fiction shows up in this show too. The "this is reality" speech.
I know this is hard, but things don't always work out the way you want. Life isn't a fairy tale.
I don't want to be a meter maid. I want to be a real cop.
Do you think the mayor asked what I wanted when he assigned you to me?
But sir, if
Life isn't some cartoon musical where you sing a little song and your insipid dreams magically come true. So let it go.
I like how his growl was so unintimidating that it only got a Homer scream out of the kids. Aw, that didn't graphically bisect him.
Are you her?
Kids making sure we don't have a Lord Dominator scenario with this alien.
Shut up! Give me the stones or die!
Wow, what a voice. Also, the way he phrased that makes it seem like they wouldn't have to give him the stones or die if they shut up.
Ah!
How the hell was that takeoff strong enough to create a vacuum of air?
You totally cut that guy in half, sorta!
Not sorta. There was no graphic bisection whatsoever. He just merged with the floor. Vincent could do the same thing with cars. I'll go check. Yeah, it's Samantha. She can summon meteors now. That dog looks like if Mr. Blick from Cat Scratch was capable of mega evolving.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Hey, being able to open and close a book in a single frame probably feels wrong and weird, but it goes with the comic book aesthetic of the show.
Wrong.
Call off your stooge, you menace!
My what now?
I've never heard anyone refer to what seems like someone's pet as a stooge.
A giant dog monster alien thing!
That's just Jake the dog's true look. He's still the same old guy.
And it's wired up to what looks like some kind of crazy mind control collar.
That's just the mushroom spore technology King Andreas used to brainwash wild animals. Just destroy the collar and the dog will go back to normal.
It's starting sooner than I expected. The great leader thought we had a jump on this.
Take note that his leader really wanted to get the stones way before any other aliens show up.
Foolish Earthlings! You think there's just one bad guy? Those stones possess powers that every evil being in the universe would kill for! As soon as they realize the stones are here, they'll all come to this weird little planet to fight a cosmic war to get them! Your Earth is doomed!
Dude, you're just paraphrasing what happened in the Battle Royale in WOY.
You know who swears to protect people all the time? The cops, the military, the government.
Oh, if only, Joe. If only.
I just want a chance to prove I'm more than...
Just the weird kid down the road.
That's nice. The desire to prove your worth to other people so they don't just see you as a burden or a nuisance. I mean, it's stupid as hell to keep this potential world-ending scenario a secret just for the chance at some clout, but I can see where Kid is coming from.
Okay, fine, we'll be heroes.
Joe should have said, okay, kiddo, let's be heroes. Oh, so they're robot dogs. That's cool. Like if Jimmy Neutron built Goddard during his awkward teenager phase.
Ah!
Man, this alien is kinda a little bitch.
I have no idea what that means, but it sounds offensive!
This is me whenever I see internet discourse and people are throwing out all these acronyms and slang that I gotta look up on Urban Dictionary.
Let's do this!
Okay, that was clever and all, but you could have just taken the alien's gun and shot the dog yourself.
Pure of heart and noble of purpose to wield the other cosmic rings of power, and together...
Ah, I thought the alien was just gonna off himself because of Kid's cheesy speech.
Ha!
You realize you could have just used that to destroy me.
They had to think with portals just to shoot a dog, so of course not.
The creamer!
Is that design foreshadowing of some kind? I don't know why, but I feel like we see that design later on.
You give Rosa a ring? Ah! I'm not little!
Either that or he gave her Titan serum. Similar to how Wander Over Yonder had its credits be a different animatic each episode, Kid Cosmic has its credits be a different song playing on the record. Just make sure you're quick on the draw when Netflix tries to skip to the next episode if you want to hear it.